Hey, what's up coin fam? In today's video we're talking about rare and valuable 1976 Bicentennial Quarters, also known as Drummer Boy Quarters. I think you're going to enjoy some of the crazy quarter errors you're going to see. Let's get right into it so it all makes sense. Here's our first quarter. This is a 1976 Denver minted Bicentennial Quarter. You know that it was minted in Denver because of the D mint mark to the right of Washington's ponytail on the front of the quarter. This quarter was graded Mint State 63 by PCGS. The grade is on a scale of 1 to 70. Mint State 63 isn't considered a premier grade when it comes to highly collectible coins, but we're not talking about this quarter because of the grade. Let's take a look at the back of the quarter. This is called a Struct-thru error. Somehow a piece of metal wire came between the planchet and the die and it was pressed into the coin. When the foreign object remains in the coin, it's called a retained struck-thru error. This quarter was sold at Heritage Auctions for $705. Here's another interesting struck-thru. This is a 1976 Bicentennial Quarter. It was graded Mint State 66 by PCGS. This quarter was struck through a piece of cloth. Somehow, when the planchet was being pressed at the mint, a piece of cloth came between the blank planchet and the die. This resulted in the imprint of the cloth permanently pressed into this quarter. This rare quarter was sold at auction for $881. Here's an interesting quarter error. This is a Bicentennial 1976 San Francisco minted quarter. This quarter was double struck. Double struck doesn't mean anything more than it was struck twice. Prior to this second strike, the coin was rotated about 180 degrees and then it was struck again. You can't make out much of the detail on either the front or the back of this quarter. It ain't pretty, but it sold at auction for $1,920. If you love error coins, you're going to love this 1976 Bicentennial Quarter. It was minted in Denver and graded Mint State 65. This is a Ddo error. Ddo means double die obverse. Obverse just means the front or the head side of the coin. A double die happens when the die rotates after the initial strike from the hub during die creation. Once the die is completed, if the doubling isn't noticed, it's likely that the die will produce tens of thousands of coins with some features that have been doubled. You can see the doubling on the letters of Liberty in these locations right here. You can also see doubling on some of the letters of the motto, "In God We Trust." This Ddo quarter sold at auction for over $3,000. Here's a crazy struck-thru error on a 1976 Bicentennial Quarter. This quarter graded Mint State 63 on a scale from 1 to 70. This quarter was struck through a dime planchet. A planchet is the piece of metal for the coin before it was struck. Somehow a blank dime planchet found its way in between the quarter planchet and the die while the quarter was being struck. The front of the coin looks fairly normal, but the back of the coin shows only a light blurry imprint of the drummer boy. This Bicentennial Quarter sold at auction for over $1,600. Sometimes an errant coin might end up in the hopper of a different denomination, or maybe there's some mint mischief going on in the mint and the mint worker is intentionally trying to create his lottery ticket in the form of a rare coin. I'll let you try to decide what's going on here. This is a 1976 Bicentennial Quarter. It graded Mint State 62. This quarter was minted on a dime, not a dime planchet. How can you tell? You can see some of the details from the dime. Here you can clearly see the 1, 9, and 7 from the date of the dime, as well as some of the motto right here. It's obvious that all the quarter detail we'd expect to see doesn't have room on the smaller planchet. This odd quarter was sold at auction for $9,200. Here's a beautiful rare silver Bicentennial Quarter. This quarter was minted in San Francisco, and it's almost a perfect grade. The quarter graded Mint State 69 out of 70. This quarter doesn't have a special error, and it's not a rare variety. It's just a near-perfect quarter. It's the highest known grade for its year and mint mark. PCGS gives this quarter a value of $9,250, but this quarter sold for more than double that at auction. The total take for this quarter was $19,200. If you want to learn more about the history of Bicentennial Quarters and the unique way the special drummer boy design was determined, check out that video on the left. Thanks for watching.